in the month of July.
June, yeah.
So this is something to do with last year. And last year, I remember when the Lord gave me this prophecy, I was still in Kisumu City. I had not come to Nairobi. And first and foremost, maybe if I was to start by narrating how these things of Kenyan prophecy started.
Yeah.
I can't remember the month exactly, but I remember it was much earlier, before the campaigns became very serious, and the Lord started showing me things to do with Kenya. And first thing I realized, I lost my sleep nights. Every time I could go to sleep, it was these issues of Kenyan politics, seeing politicians, how they were campaigning. And in the beginning of the whole thing, I thought they were just normal dreams to me, because throughout my life I've been dreaming. So to me, I knew they were just normal dreams as usual, whereby I was just dreaming. But as time went on, the visions and the dreams increased to an extent that even when I'm seated, within few minutes I could get asleep and I start dreaming. And I'm dreaming about politics, Still, I didn't take it very serious. But even though I didn't take them very serious, the weight of the dreams now were becoming an issue, a concern within myself. They were now becoming a concern within myself. And as they kept on being a concern within me, I didn't take any action. So one day I traveled into the village to see my parents. So when I was at the village, there was power blackout, and we normally have a small filling station at home, just outside my gate, a small petrol filling station. So the power went out, and I decided to go and carry the generator. So I had this big generator. So I called one of my friends to come and help me pick up the generator. So as I picked up the generator, I don't know what happened. We carried the generator to one point, and then I want to believe we are still online from the main station. So I went to carry this generator and with my friend, and as we picked the generator, we kept the generator outside. So the friend left. So I wanted to push the generator again to another place, because there was blackout. So I wanted to power the station using the generator. So as we went to, now I had no one to help me, so I called my wife to help me. So as she came, we carried the generator, but because of the weight of the generator, she left the generator. So the whole weight went on me. So I had a spinal cord injury. My spinal cord dislocated there and there. And now that was my beginning of the entire thing, because from there I couldn't walk. I had 3 breaks, because the generator was so huge. And I remember that very day I was also to go back to Kisumu because I had an overnight kesha. So with all the pains, I decided to take a motorbike. I left my vehicle, I took a motorbike, because now in my mind something told me, if you take something that can shake you, the back will, it was just like a. So I took a motorbike up to stage, then I took matatu back to Kisumu. But when I reached Kisumu, I couldn't go for the kesha because the pain was very severe, intense. So I went straight to my house. So when I reached home, I went straight to the bedroom and I slept. And that was the beginning. So in my dream now, that day I was told, all the information we have given you, why are you keeping it? So I said, which information? You see, now this is an angel of God asking me. So I asked the angel, which information? But we have been telling you information about this country and things that will happen. Then I responded back. I said I thought it is because of the politics, because I hear politics right, left, and center. You know, you come across them, YouTube, things like that. People are posting who has said what, and you know.
Yeah.
So me, I thought they were just pure dreams. Then the angel told me, no, they are not pure dreams. So your back pain is as a result of the information you have kept. This is something that I've known all throughout my life. My mentor told me there are two things being a prophet. When you are given information and you don't share it, the information becomes, you are the one who carries the burden of the information you are given. So if it is somebody who was to die and you did not go to speak out the message, then the blood of the person who dies shall be accounted upon you. If it is the sickness that someone is supposed to be sick and you don't pass the message, then the sickness will divert to you. So having the break of the back automatically with the training I had, I knew this was a result of, but still, I didn't know how to start speaking. I didn't know how to start speaking because the things I was being shown, they were not good things. I didn't know how to start it. So the pain of the back increased to an extent that I remember I went to church after 1 week. Still remember, the angel has cautioned me, but still I'm not going out to speak. Because I'm asking myself now, where do I speak these things? Who exactly do I take this information to? Do politicians listen to people? No. They only use people. Right now, politicians are running up and down. Whom do I take this message to? You know, with all this confusion, my pain increased until it reached a point I could not walk by myself. So that day, I just left my house, got into the car, drove to church, but getting out of the car to my office in the church, I couldn't. So I remember one of my spiritual son called Mark Miser. Immediately I arrived, I parked the vehicle, and Mark came and asked me, Prophet, are you okay? Then I told him, I'm not okay. I'm in pain. Then he asked me, what's the issue? Then I told him my back. And they said, we thought, you know. And so I told Mark, I want you to get hold of me. Take me to the office. So they were shocked because they had never experienced that. So Mark took hold of me, climbed with me the stairs. At least we thank God, because the office in our church in Kisumu, it's a ramp. So it's not stairs, it's a ramp. Because we decided to do a ramp for people who come to see prophet upstairs there. You know, not some are disabled and those kind of things. So we decided to do a ramp once and for all. So he got hold of me and took me to the office. And immediately we reached the office, I told him I want to lie on the couch. So I called one of my daughters, she's called Millicent, to come and inject me. So I remember Millicent that day, she injected me, it was a Triogen injection, 2 grams, it was 2 grams I think, because I was so much in pain, 2 to 1 gram, I can't remember the quantity. Then I took a rest. So after that, still I couldn't walk, but the pain had reduced, but not that I can walk. So when it was time to preach, for me to go, I requested for a seat. Even there are videos, you will see me, if you go to YouTube, you'll see me seated on a seat, because I couldn't stand. So before I went, I remember I did a prayer in the office. I said, God, if this pain is because you think I've decided not to speak, that's not the truth. I am willing to speak, but I don't know where. Then I had within me a voice telling me, speak it in the church. So I went and I sat on the seat. All other things I was trying to do, I was just sitting. But immediately I started talking about it, the pain disappeared. I stood up, I sang, I danced, then I preached. And the preaching was the message about Kenya. From that time, my back pain disappeared. So, first and foremost, to start talking about all these things, it came with pain.
Yeah.
Because I am that person that I don't like engaging in things. Yeah. I like my peace. I like being. I'm a very quiet person. By the way, off the screen, I'm a very quiet person. Many people, even my family, they will tell you, even my children, they will tell you, Daddy is a very quiet person. But when I'm in the church, I'm very talkative. I talk a lot. You know, someone can look at me and say, Prophet is very sanguine, you know, he's very, but that's, I'm opposite of what people say in the church, the other side.
Yeah.
So, that is how the Prophecies of Kenya started. And if you look into our videos, you will find there's a point I reached and I prayed in church again. I said, God, I am tired with these things of Kenya. I think one of these days we'll play it as we continue analyzing the prophets, the prophecies.
Yeah.
I prayed and I said, God, I'm tired with these things of Kenya. I don't like them, which is true. Personally, as a person, I don't like them. As Lucas, I don't like them.
Yeah.
Yes. I don't like what I see. I don't like what I speak. I don't like what I say. Why? Because I'm that quiet person behind the cameras. Behind the cameras, I'm another person altogether. So I remember I prayed and I told God, I don't want this. Please allow me to continue with the gospel. What I've been doing for all these years. Preaching your son, teaching people about your son, telling people about heaven and how heaven looks like and how real it is. And also telling people there is also hell and Jahannam. You know? And choices are yours. Choose which side you want to be. Because we are still operating under the freedom time of grace where you choose free will.
Yeah.
And so that's how it started. So you have asked me how this thing came.
Yes.
There is no what was the title?
Kenya's system is shutting down.
Kenya's system is shutting down.
No hope. Yeah.
11 months ago, so much was happening.
Yes.
11 months ago, so much was happening politically. And as a church, we have lost our direction. We listen so much to politicians than God. We want to know what politicians have said than what God has said. Politicians are human beings, and so they are men. And the word of God says, men may plan, but God will decide. Politicians, they will always tell us what they have planned and what they are thinking to plan, but they don't also consult whether what they are planning, heavens have approved it.
Yeah.